Hello, beautiful hearts. My name is Yvonne Wildheart, and welcome to the Cycle Report for the 19th of August 2019. I come to you from Jojo Woodrone Country in Central Highlands, Victoria, Australia, in the Southern Hemisphere. So today, right now, we are in the very wee slither of a new moon. So this new moon came in like a couple of hours ago at 12:41 p.m. Eastern Australian time, here 19th of August. So this is the point in the wheel where whatever is happening, that is the newness. So whatever is happening now really sets the tone for the rest of the cycle. So, and I've just jumped to the moon cycle. I've just realized that this is obviously what's supposed to speak through, which is not my usual role. Anyway, so here we are, moon cycle. So starting on the moon cycle. So with the Leo new moon, you know, it's the love, it's the heart, it's the Leo shining radiant sun heart. So, you know, this is a really good time to really watch your words and your spell crafting, because it really, really matters, especially during these times. So, you know, it's a really good thing to really drop into the heart space, to allow your heart to receive the energy of the new moon, the energy of this heart love space, this radiant sunlight, and to really feel the newness of what is coming. I think what I feel at the moment actually is really important, that we keep dreaming the good dreams. And so, you know, and to really put ourselves in a place of calling in and manifesting the good dreams that we want to see. How do you want to see, you know, how do you want to be? How do you want the earth to be? How do you want the grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, to be in the world? How do you want to be in the world in 10 years' time? You know, this is a really powerful time to really dream it up and sing it up and bring it forth, because you know, the collective power, the more we do this, the more of us that do the dreaming of the good dreams, to see the world in peace and harmony and bliss and love, like so much love. The more that we do this, that's the power of the people that we have, that nobody can take away from us. We have this awesome power that we can create. We are born, that is our birthright, is to create. And you know, when we allow ourselves to get out of the way, and you know, I mean, and by saying this, I mean, you know, all the old stories and the wounding stories and the fear stories, if we just sort of get out of the way of that and just purely sit into the dreamscape, the dream space of all the possibilities of how we could live, that, my dear friends, is where we can really actually make this new paradigm shift happen now. You know, love, just real love, you know, bliss, total bliss, you know, and just focus on that, you know, just keep focusing on that. So any time that you hear, you know, what's happening in the media with the fear and control, yeah, acknowledge it and allow it to pass through your body. But then quickly shift it and just go, but I am living love. I am living bliss. I am living peace. And the more of us that do that, the more powerful that we're going to be able to drum up this new way of being, this new way of life. So this is really important to do this, and especially here on the Earth cycle here in the Southern Hemisphere, we are a couple of weeks past Imbolc. So Imbolc was back in the start of, it was August, a couple of weeks ago actually. So, you know, we are in still the very early phases of this new Earth cycle here. In the Northern Hemisphere, they're in their descent phase. They're just past Lammas, so their first harvest. We are very much here in the Southern Hemisphere in the first fertility festival phase. So what are you birthing right now? How are you birthing? You know, this is our chance here on this new moon at Imbolc to really fucking call and sing those dreams up. You know, we are preparing the soil for those seeds that we are planting. You know, what do you want to put into the soil? You know, what are you whispering to these seeds? You know, what are you preparing to, you know, what love are you going to give those seeds once you put them into the ground? What sunlight are you going to shine from your radiant heart into these seeds that we are planting right now? So this is really important to become aware of what is happening right now for you, and, you know, how are you living and how do you want to be, and shift closer and closer to how you want to be. You know, make no compromises. You know, whatever is not serving you, you know, just, it's time for it to go. It cannot stay if you are radiating your full heart. You know, that wild heart space. And it is wild when you fully surrender into love, you know, and it can be really fucking scary, especially when your story of what love is has been, you know, a wounded story. I mean, we all have this wounded story, but it's time now to really look beyond that, you know, like the worthiness wound, or, you know, that you have to be something to, you know, to please other people. You know, it's time to step beyond those old stories and the old paradigm and to really step into a new way of being. This is it. If we don't do this now, I think it's done. I actually, you know, I feel it, and I hear the commentary of it as well. But we have this chance right now to really, there's a feather, to really to do this and to warm the soil for the great grandchildren that are coming through, and to shine our radiant hearts. Because that is the type of world that I want all of us to be living in. A few months ago, I did it was a download, and with lots of drum journeys. So I'd encourage you to go back and listen to that, because the vision at the end of walking, you know, all parts of the globe and just feeling this utter peace and radiating love is my vision of what I think that this world can be. And it could be it now if we all step into our heart space. So, yes, so that's the earth and the moon cycle. My personal menstrual cycle. So for all bleeding women, I totally, you know, invite you to tune in to your menstrual cycle, because that is your dominant cycle, and to really listen. So one of the things that I've been focusing on at the moment is how I move my body during each phases of the cycle. So I'm now day 7. And I feel my energy picking up, and, you know, this awesome exercise routine that I've just started, I all of a sudden, you know, which I started a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that I was happening, and then during my bleed I had to stop and rest, whereas past I would have just pushed right through and, you know, exhausted my body. So I feel that this is much more sustainable to really sink into, you know, what my body is telling me to do, and really listening with the ears of my body. So I feel the energy rising, and I'm feeling that readiness to jump out as I move up to ovulation. So it feels very, you know, it feels action. I feel really actionable at the moment. So that's it. Wow. A couple of things. I'm still doing shamanic counseling and healing sessions one-on-one online, so I'm available for that. Our second circle of Invoking Inanna started last week, and it's so beautiful to have these women sitting in circle. And in January in 2021, I'll be starting the next circle, which will be an all-gendered circle, so watch for details for that. So that's it, my darling hearts, from my heart to your beautiful hearts. I send you so much love on this delicious new moon. May you feel radiant love shining through your bodies and feeling peace and bliss. Thank you for listening. Bye.